TIFU by not apologizing to our farmer neighbors and, likely, ruining my parents' retirement home. I tried to get advice on this and stick to my principles by not offering an apology when not in the wrong. But I think it's become clear that I could have prevented this with a better attitude. I, 18F, live with my parents, and we moved last year away from a big city to a cheaper, more rural community in the Midwest. Since my dad's retired now and money goes further here. To finish up my last year of high school, we have by far the smallest lot out here, but most of our neighbors are farmers with quite a bit of land. I don't feel like I fit in well with the neighbors and have had some arguments with some of them. And their kids. They're up early making noise every morning with farm machinery. Yelled at me for listening to rap music loud in the car late at night. It was only 9 or so. With a friend from high school. And most recently they let one of their cows get into our yard when it was grazing while I was out in the backyard. And I gave them a dirty look and stood there while they tried to get it back. Recently I guess he talked to my dad and gave him some sort of redneck, we don't take kindly speech about my behavior, and that wasn't how things operated round these parts. And for me to apologize. So my dad asked me to. But I refused. Because I think they're in the wrong towards me. I saw him out back one day and he asked me if I had anything to say about my attitude. And I said, I haven't done anything wrong to you. I just think you should respect other people's property boundaries. So he said, all right, have it your way, and walked off. Well, Dad and I left town for spring break. But when we came back we noticed construction was heavily underway. Almost complete. On a large shed structure right up against the property line. Maybe 20 feet from our house. My mom asked a woman who lives a bit further down if they knew what it was about. And they said, oh, yeah, guess the word is that they've had some trouble with your daughter and they've made the decision to put in a pig barn. My parents freaked out. Asked around and heard this was a known tactic to drive out unwanted neighbors and very effective. Dad called the city and asked about odor nuisance laws and what can be done. But was told the area is zoned agricultural, and that it was more of an honor system thing, that farmers wouldn't do that without more land. But technically he was allowed to have up to 200 pigs on the property. He asked the neighbor if he would reconsider, but he said that the order of pigs is already scheduled and his mind was made up. Now my dad is furious with me. And frantic about what to do. At first I told him to just ignore it and let them do what they're gonna do. But from the people I've talked to online they're saying that's probably not going to be a possibility for us. I thought he was overreacting at first, but now I'm facing the prospect that I really did crash the value of their property for good and that we're all about to be very miserable. They finished construction on the barn, so I guess the moment of truth is coming. TL. Deer provoked a farmer neighbor in this agriculturally zoned area. About to get 200 new oinking neighbors. Something tells me there's more to this story than loud music at 9 p.m. once and a nasty look. https www.reddit.com/r/amethyshole/comments/11qf256/ ida for ignoring fathers demansto apologizato/UTM source equals share and UTM medium equals iOS app and UTM name equals iOS CSS and UTM content equals 1 and UTM term equals 1. Original story for people who want to see the judgments. Ew. I have a strong stomach but pig stench is unbearable. 20 feet away. With summer coming up, you're all gonna be miserable. Yeah, so you just tank your family's generational wealth and also you are obnoxious, lol. This ain't no Green Acres TV show, you all better sell the place before the pigs show up. Open mouth smile. You come across as very selfish and immature. They aren't revving up their farm machinery early in the morning for the fun of it. They have to get an early start to have any chance of completing their work for the day. Then, you play loud music, which is just a choice. Later in the evening, which impacts them getting sleep before they get up early in the morning yet. Again, finally, you blame them for letting their cow in your yard, when the last thing they want is to have more work in going to get this cow. But believe it or not, huge fang animals can sometimes have minds of their own and manage to get somewhere they are not supposed to. I feel bad for your dad. Because the worst fear of people like these farmers is that people move to an area with a certain lifestyle, then expect that area to change to what they are used to. It isn't his fault, but he brought a daughter who doesn't get it that it is unrealistic to move to a home surrounded by farms and not expect there to be farming going on. When you move to a new area, it's your job to fit in, not their job to accommodate you. You're screwed. Your house has lost all its value, so you can't sell it. I have raised pigs and they stink. I have seen this play out in different ways many times, including to my family. A word to the wise: don't piss people off in the country. They will wait years or decades if they have to for your comeuppance. Both times this really sounded like the plot for an 80s teen movie where you're made to dislike the pretentious teen and are glad when they get their comeuppance. Yeah, rural and country folk are not ones to try and stand your ground with if you're new to the area. Sounds like you need to look into your rights with regard to punk rock concerts on your agricultural property. Rednecks want a redneck. Didn't you already post this? Fuck around and find out. Effing teenagers, man. Lol. Hope you learn some humility from this one. Good luck. If I was your parents, I'd sell the land for whatever I can get for it, and move to another area, without you. Why not go be the adult they wanted you to be and go up to the neighbors and ask for a conversation? Rural life is largely based on old school values, which include handshakes and honest chats. If I'm you, I walk over with a peace offering and say that you've been having a hard time adjusting to a new lifestyle, and regardless of their decision on the pig farm, you're sorry and hope you can work toward mending the relationship to at least be coexisting neighbors. It takes humility to apologize, and it would show a sign of respect to do this. Don't make excuses. Just get to the point. If you do this, absolutely do not qualify the apology with, "Well, I didn't because you were annoying too." Just my 2 cents. Country FAFO. Looks like you found out. Good job on ruining your parents' wealth. All those pigs will make damn sure there's no evidence left behind from any dead bodies though. Move to the Midwest, the property is cheaper. The property. You could not have played into your neighbor's hands more perfectly. Is he an asshole for taking it that far? Yay. Pretty wild to go to those lengths if all you've done is what you've said, but he already didn't like you and now gets to relish in making you miserable with the genuinely horrific stench of pigs. It's very bad. You'll probably have to move, and I wouldn't be surprised if he buys your land from you for a fraction of what you paid for it. I doubt he would build that upwind of himself, so you will probably be gassed out constantly.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.